Back in 1988, everything was possible in life. I was 19 years old, I had the world ahead of me. And on an Interrail holiday, I came to Munich and I found that Irish people and English people were working as students in BMW, and they were earning the massive wage of, I think it was about 15 Deutschmarks an hour, which is about €7.50 these days. And that was big money. And so I came back there with my friend, and we to get the job. And I promised him we'd have a summer of fun on the campsite with all the other Irish English guys, drinking, working hard, earning lots of money. And when we got there, they told us that there were no more jobs, and we didn't really have any backup plan. So the British consulate in Munich suggested that we go to the Sheraton Hotel to become chambermaids. And because we had no other options, that's exactly what we did, and we got hired. And we had nice brown uniforms, and our jobs were to clean 15 rooms a day, and it was very physically demanding work. We had no accommodation, we were at the campsite, and so they put us in one of the rooms of the hotel. It was very nice. It was a twin room for 2 people, and we shared it with 2 hairy Italians, so there were 4 of us. And then one day we got word that they needed the room for guests, and so our stuff had been moved to a conference room. We went to get our stuff, and my friend Adrian said that somebody had taken his baseball boots, and he was very, very upset about it, and nobody really cared. And so he said, well, if you don't care about that, do you care about the fact this box is open because my pet python Pete is no longer in there? And he said, but okay, if you don't care, then you don't care. And he walked out, and suddenly all these Germans got really kind of serious and were like, did he say a python? And I said, yeah, Pete, but he's a friendly kind of guy. And that was it. And I went off to clean my rooms and literally thought no more of it. And then about half an hour later, 3 housekeepers came to my room and said, have you seen your snake? And I said, and they said, we've closed down all the kitchens and everything else, and we're about to close the main hotel and call the zoo. You know, do you have any information about your snake? And I suddenly realised it was quite serious, and being a sort of sporting, supportive chap that I am, I told them that, well, actually, it's not my snake, it's his snake. Adrian's on the 15th floor, so maybe go and ask him. And so off they went, and they came down and they said that he came down the next 2 minutes, and he said, they're going to call the zoo, they're going to do this, and what do we do about our snake? And I said, well, it's your snake. And he said, thanks, brother. And so he went back to them and he said, well, you know, let me tell you about my snake. It's kind of like a joke, you know, like British humour. And apparently that didn't go down very well. And this is why we were unemployed 2 hours later. So, moral of the story is never make snake jokes in 5-star hotels in Germany.